Islamic.
There are a lot of people who believe that their vote doesn't count because of the way that the electoral colleges work. What do you have to say about that?
Well, there are two things that people must keep in mind, that when they go to vote on November 8th, they're not just voting for the presidential candidates. They're also voting down ballots. They're voting for governors, for Congress, and other seats. So it's important, and especially with Congress and Senate, it's very critical that they cast their votes. Because if we assume that Hillary is going to win this, it's very important that she has the support of the Congress and the Senate. Obama wanted to do a lot of wonderful things, but because of the lack of cooperation from the Republicans, he could not achieve much of his goals, and we don't want the same thing repeated with Hillary Clinton. So one thing that people must recognize is that in many congressional races, the races are very, very close, so it will count. But as far as the Electoral College is concerned, people must understand that in many states, a vast majority of states in the United States have passed laws which require those who become members of Electoral College to vote the same way as the state has voted. So which means that they have basically eliminated the Electoral College in those states. And even in states where there is no such law, the public opinion has been so strong and the precedent has been so strong that Electoral College members consistently vote according to the way the state has voted. And you saw that discussions when people thought that delegates to the Republican convention may decide to vote against Donald Trump, the ones that he has voted, and you see it did not happen. Even though there was theoretical possibility, it did not happen. So it's very important for people to recognize that their votes count. And finally, American elections have become so peculiar that oftentimes swing states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida really determine who is going to become president. So in these states, it's very critical that people vote, because every vote could in the end determine who really becomes president of the United States. And if you remember 2000, where it was basically the Broward County area in Florida which determined who becomes president of the United States. So it's very important that people take. And finally, people must realize that this is your duty as a citizen of a democratic society. It's your duty and obligation to vote. And if you don't vote, I think you're not a good citizen.